Don't blink. Here's your blink. Welcome to the show. So doing well. So having a wonderful day on the 6th February 2025. Today we're talking about love. Yes, the big L, the huge L, the humongous, gargantuous L of love. But it's so much falling in love with a concept, right? I find it so beautiful that we can be falling in love with people in a way where you're not really in love with the person. For example, right, you're gonna be liking this girl and she'll break up with you, and then you realize that you kind of like more the idea of being with her, kind of like more the idea of being with that person. You're with a person that's really 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 nice, right? And you're like, I don't know why this person is really nice to me. Why didn't the couple didn't work out? Why are we breaking up? Why did we go through this? Why am I feeling the way I'm feeling? Then you realize that you like the concept of them. I like the fact that we can fall in love with the idea of this is the person I need. See, we're love is such a special thing, in the sense that you're gonna meet a person, right? And again, I'm gonna fall way too quickly in love. I fall in love really quickly, and a lot of the time I'm falling in love with the idea of being with this person. This person is funny. I fall in love with the idea of having laughs. This person is really kind. I fall in love with the idea of having someone that cares about me. This person is very caring. Fall in love with the person caring about me. This person is very sexual. Of course, we're gonna add sex because sex is also involved, right? You're gonna fall in love with this, but it's nice because we go past, and it's amazing because falling in love with the idea of a person versus the person to me is one of those weirdest things, but actually one of the most beautiful things, right? Because in one sense, you know what you want in a relationship. You know exactly what you want, so you should be able to go for what you want. You want this, you want that. Okay, we'll go for this, we'll go for that, right? So this is a positive. But in other cases, it's not because, for example, you see this girl, right? And you really like her, and you know that she could be a good girlfriend. And I feel like I'm aging up. This meaning of love completely changed. As a kid, you're like, okay, well, guess what? I want the perfect girl. I want this perfect woman. And then you realize that years goes by, and you know what? You were you in your wait list. It wasn't. Yeah, it's weird. It's weird. And your checklist. There's a lot of things that you don't really care about. You fell in love with the ID. So, for example, right, in your checklist, right, there's this girl that is. We're gonna go physical and we go emotional, right? So you want a girl that likes anime because you like anime, right? But then you realize that she doesn't have to like anime. Maybe she'll like anime in the beginning. Maybe she doesn't like anime at all. Who cares? Or for example, you saw this girl, right? You saw this girl and she was beautiful with blonde, blue eyes, and you're like, okay, well, guess what? This is my type of woman. But then you'll see another woman, right? That is as beautiful as it is as the first one, but they don't have the same attributes physically speaking. So, for example, a woman that's very pretty, right? Of course, she's gonna catch your eyes, but then you realize that also what's important is the self confidence. You realize that another person who possibly is less attractive to you. Again, I think the word here to you is also quite important, right? Uh, good, good. The ID, and I was talking about this because one of the guy writes, he was like, dude, I like this girl, but I don't know how to approach her, and I'm like, so what did you like about her? And he was like, I don't really know, and I'm like, okay, but well, what is the first thing you tell me? Um, when you think about her, what is the first thing that you can tell me? He's like, oh yeah, she's smart and she's kind. And I'm like, dude, you have any idea how many women out there are kind and smart, right? And you realize that love in itself is actually quite hard because you realize that maybe, just maybe, right? The woman that you're with wasn't a soulmate or a love at first sight, you know? And you're like, why do I like this person? Why do I like them so much? And you realize that it's just a question of team. You see those people that fell in love in high school, right? And they grew up together. Of course, they have something in common, right? So that's why they love each other because they have so much in common, right? Or you can be with a toxic. Also, I have other friends that are in really toxic relationship. I'm like, I had a girl in mind, and she's this really toxic relationship. I'm like, why are you staying with him, right? Not because I like her, because I feel bad for her. But she's like, oh well, when he's nice, he's nice. So you're falling in love with the concept of sometimes he's nice. You fall in love with the fact that, well, half of the time he's livable, right? So he's so nice and he's so livable that when he's not, you remember those signs. So you love loving the person, you're loving this person when they are the way they are. So for example, right, you a lot of people are also having problem with that concept. I fell in love with this person, right? Because the relationship she was like that. No, at the end of the relationship she changed. She's not the same person I fell in love with. And then the simple concept of somebody tells you, you know, the person I fell in love with, it's actually quite hard. But people do change, right? And it's it it's weird when I talk about falling in love with the concept of a person, right? I'm talking also about, for example, right? Well, oh, I got a text. Let's see, I'm unfocused because I got a lot of text. Okay, cool, 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 cool. That's super important. Okay, cool. See, you fall in love with a person, right? And to me, when you fall in love, she has to be, well, not perfect, but for example, right? You have, again, I'm going back to the checklist, right? Go back to the checklist, and of course, I'm the guy that didn't have a love relationship or love experience, right? Because I was using porn a lot to porn a lot to get this emotional need or this physical need at least fixed, right? And I would text people, and it's funny because in this day and age, it's actually nuts. So you text this girl, right? You text this girl, and like, okay, well, she's really cool. Then you can go on Twitter and find her nudes. Like, okay, well, I talked to you and I saw you naked, you know? So it's actually quite special. But at the same time, there's such a difference. And for me, falling in love ultimately meant, okay, well, I like the way she looks, I like the way she is, you know? So the whole thing. But then you realize that no, it's not that. And ultimately speaking, the concept of if somebody is lonely. So again, this friend that I've talked about, the same friend, she's gonna be single. She's gonna be single because she'll, and this is a weird thing, right? She's gonna be single because she'll miss the affection because she doesn't really like herself. And so you're falling in love with the concept of being loved. You don't fall in love with the concept of being in a relationship. You need that love, right? So you convince yourself that you're in love, and the falling in love with the concept is actually quite insane. You're with this person that you don't really like, but because you love the idea of being with them, you're able to survive. You're able to keep on this relationship, and you know what? You're like, okay, well, this is doing good. We're doing good. And that's all that's important. And there's nothing wrong with falling in love with a concept, but realize that there's more. So you see, um, 2005 we talk about about balance, right? Falling in love with the concept of a person isn't bad. Falling in love with the concept of, well, I like this person because XYZ, it's not bad, right? But ultimately speaking, you shouldn't settle for a person that treats you like shit because you love the concept, or you shouldn't settle with a person that they treat you really good but you don't like them, right? A lot of people are going to be in relationship because this person is kind to them, they treat them well. There's no love there, there's no love. For example, or even then, like, I had this is high school, this is a long time ago, and there was this girl, right? And she cheated on one of her boyfriend, right? And another guy in the class was like, dude, um it's crazy. It's crazy, and I'm not judging her. She was young, right? And he dated her, and everybody tells him, "Yo, she cheated on you." And there's other guy with another guy, like, "No, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it." Right? And and the other situation is like the guy got cheated on. Not my friend. I didn't really. For example, this is another thing with love. We'll talk about that after that for the friendship. And he got cheated on, and he stayed with her because he was so. Everybody told him she was gonna cheat, and always told people no. People told no, so he was allowing her to cheat on him, just to prove to people that she wouldn't cheat on him. And I know that does make sense. So she cheated on him, but nobody would knew. Nobody would know, right? And but he knew that she was cheating on him, but because he told everybody that no, she wasn't cheating, just to not look, like a fucking dummy, right? He would not tell. And the craziest thing is, you saw them really happy. They were kissing. They were really having good talks. It was more so like a polyamorous couple. But it was weird. It was weird. It was weird. And then I think this is good for love also, but you have to love your friend, right? To the concept of friends. So this person is really really cool. They're your friend. This person like the same has the same interest as you. They're your friend, right? We for friendship we're a bit less. So you see the concept of a relationship, which is one person, versus the concept of friendship, which is multiple people. You have one best friend, but you have a lot of friends, right? So you're looking for people that have same interests or are chill. They're just calm. They're just relaxed, right? If I look at my closest friend, they're the complete opposite of me. They're very calm. They're able to calm me down, right? So the concept of being able to go to a friend to get calmed down is actually quite nice. But are they my friend because they're able to calm me down, or my friend because we get along? That's crazy. That is insane. Then for example, also, what is really cool is you're gonna go to school, you're gonna go to work, right? And you'll be working with those people, or those you're gonna be working with people or studying with those people, and become your friends because you're dealing with each other every single day. So like, okay, well, we're in the same situation, so we're going, and then work ends, and like, why aren't we talking? Well, because a lot of the thing that we had in common was due to work, right? And that's it's not because you're once again falling in love with the concept of I'm working with that person, and because I'm working with that person, I have to deal with them, and if I have to deal with someone, I might as well deal with the best as possible. For example, I don't have an example for that, but yeah, loving a concept is actually quite interesting. It's actually quite nuts. Anyway, love you guys. Take it easy. Peace.